Okay, there for today's 2-minute tip, I wanted to pull from a quote from Warren Buffett. He said, "Only when the tide goes out do we discover who's swimming naked." And I cracked up. I love that one. And I think to tie that into what's happening in the franchise space, I'm getting, some hesitation and questions from people around there's a recession coming, we're having inflation, there's a labor shortage. We know this. We all know the buzzwords if you watch anything on the news or read anything on social media. But I think the question around that is that it's almost two different buckets of people that I talk to. And it's a matter of being aware of it and then continuing forward with the knowledge and the information and working with strong brands who are willing to address these conversations and not just slide them under the rug versus some of the other brands that maybe are saying, oh, there's no concern and there's no problem. Well, wait a second. We all know that this is, what's happening in the world, or we hear it and we need to be aware of it. And I think if they're pushing back and saying, no, there's no shortage and there's no problem, and the buyers that I'm working with, their perception is that it is. We all know that perception is reality. So I'm working with brands who are very purposeful and moving forward with intent to have these conversations with you. So when we're working on a brand together and we're thinking, okay, it's about time to have franchisor discussions, I do want to know what your major questions are. I can't answer them. I'm not going to crawl into the weeds on these brands specifically. That's not my job. It's not my role. It's not where you want me to be. But knowing what your concerns are and your early questions, I can prepare that brand, and that initial conversation, you're not going to get every single question answered, but they are going to get in front of some of your major hurdles. And so I think the important part of this is that I'm working with really solid companies, really solid brands. This is not their first rodeo. And so for you as a potential franchise buyer, I'm going to connect you with the brands that I feel comfortable are going to address your concerns and be able to move forward with you. Is it going to be into the buying process? We don't know that yet. But to not even have conversations because of something that you heard on CNN or the current buzz in the labor market, when you know in your heart that in the future you're going to be a business owner, I just don't want you to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's try to find the brands that capture your interest, move forward with those solid questions, and get the answers from the people that are living it every day.